I'm Ronnie Winter. I sing for the Red Jumpsuit Apparatus. Yes, first day. We're happy to be back here. We played this venue 2 years ago, and it was really cool. It's a little different. We're on a boat, so we don't get to play on a boat very often, so that's pretty awesome. But it's been great so far. It's the first day, so everybody's really excited and pumped up, and I hope it goes well.
Just one last request. Please remember me at
Right on. Yes, we have a brand new EP just came out. Seems to be doing really well with our fans, so that's important to us. We're glad everybody likes it. I hope you like it. It's called A2 Brute, and just like usual, I'm singing and I'm actually playing drums on this EP. That's a little bit different because I wrote all the drum parts before, but I never actually tracked them. So this EP features me on drums as well. My brother Randy's on guitar and keyboards and programming, and then Josh Burke on lead guitar and Joey Westwood on bass. So pretty much just straightforward Red Jumpsuit. If you like our music, if you like a lot of our older stuff, you'll probably like it. It's a little bit more of the older sound. With our third record, we did a little more digital stuff, and with our second record, we did a little bit more kind of like alternative rock. But with this EP, we went back more to kind of punk rock with post-hardcore. So it's a little. I wouldn't say it's different because it's more like the first stuff, but check it out. Make up your own mind. It was awesome. Dave's amazing. He's an amazing producer. And we did Don't You Fake It with him, which was a big record for us. And a lot of people don't know, we weren't able to get back with him on our second or our third record. So this is the first time since 2006 that we worked together. And I think it speaks for itself. I think it sounds great. You can definitely hear Dave's production, and the chemistry between me and Dave was still there. So I think that has a big part of why people like the EP so much.
So don't sweat it, just forget it, cause everybody knows nobody gets out alive.
It's a lot different. A lot of bands are indie bands, but that means they're still on the indie label. We're on no label. We are 100% with no management, no label, no publicity staff, nothing. Completely just the 4 or 5 of us in the band do everything. So, there's always pros and cons, but for me, the best thing about that is just proving that we can still exist and release music and people still like it and tour. And honestly, not a whole lot has changed. Our first record was our big record, but after that, our second and third record did about as well as this one's doing. So it's nice to know that we can compete with major labels and indie labels on our own. I think I'm proud of that. The band's proud of that. I think our fans are proud of that. And there's just no corruption. There's no label involvement. There's no industry handshakes. It's just the band and the fans. It's pretty genuine. So I think it's cool. Coming from a punk rock background, which I do, it's very punk rock. Well, I say this a lot, but I'll keep saying it. Even when our first big record came out, Don't You Fake It, 3 of those guys weren't original members. A lot of people don't know that. So a lot of people go, oh, we should bring original guys back. Well, they're not original guys. So it is what it is. We had a lot of lineup changes before we even got a record deal. And the bottom line is it's always been my songs with me singing and a bunch of friends of mine playing guitar or drums or bass. And but we've had this lineup now for 2 years solid, which is actually probably the longest we've ever had a consistent lineup. So that's actually good news if that matters to you. But honestly, to me, it's my music, it's my songs, and I have different friends that have played with me over the years. Most of those guys I'm still friends with, and I'm just going to keep writing music under the Red Jumpsuit name as long as I want, and whoever wants to play with me, cool, and if they don't, that's fine. But that's not going to stop me from deciding whether or not I'm going to write Red Jumpsuit songs,
Hey, they will never lay a hand on us. They will never understand
well, like you said, this is our 10-year anniversary. Technically, in 2003, that's when I really started writing music that became Red Jumpsuit. So that's why we're calling it our 10-year anniversary, and that's when a couple of my friends and I started jamming, and that was a long time ago. So probably, I don't know, there's been a lot that's happened now. It's hard to narrow it down, but probably I guess my all-time favorite memory would definitely just be when we got our gold record, like the day we actually had it in our hands. It was such an awesome thing. Like I don't think none of us ever really thought we'd be able to achieve something like that. So, we'll always have that, and we'll always be able to look at that and know that you know, that we came from nowhere, literally nowhere, to having a gold record. It's pretty amazing. Good question. Studio or the road? That's a hard one to answer. I definitely think I love to be in the studio if I'm working with great people. So like people like Dave, love to be in the studio. John Feldman, loved working with him. But I worked with some other people too that wasn't so awesome. So if the situation's great, I love being in the studio, maximum, ultimate. As far as the road is concerned, you know, all of my friends and family tour with me. Like our tour manager, he's been my best friend since I was like 15. My brother Randy plays guitar in the band, and you know, Joey and Josh are my best friends. So I love being on the road because it's just one big kind of like crazy goof off session, you know. And then you get to play a show at the end of the night, which is even better. But you know, I never would have been able to come to the UK if I wasn't in a band. I'd still just be working a regular job in Florida, which is cool and making a living, but I never would have been able to like travel. So that's probably the best part about touring. So I guess if I had to choose, even though it's hard, I'd say touring. Yeah, I like it better, yeah. Craziest experience. Well, some of those will stay confidential. It's been some crazy times, but probably the scariest, which is kind of like crazy, was right after we filmed our very first video, Face Down. Literally the day after we filmed it, we were flying back from LA to Florida, and our plane had sudden engine failure, is what they told us. Basically, we did a little nosedive. It wasn't super long. I think they said it was only like 6 or 7 seconds, but it was definitely one of those, like, your whole life flashes before your eyes. Like, I don't know if you've ever seen the movie Almost Famous, but kind of like that. And it definitely made me think a little bit about life and mortality. And it was weird to me, like, to be so happy about being in a band and shooting a video and all of those positive emotions, and can't wait to get home and tell my family and friends about how it was, because we'd never shot a real video before. And then in a blink of an eye, it could have all gone away. So that's probably the craziest thing that's happened to me so far. Yes. Hello, how are you? Thanks for watching this interview, and I hope you checked out the new EP, because it's pretty cool.